Greetings, gamers of YouTube. It's Blue Pharaoh coming at you with another video of my thoughts for the week. A couple of topics: PS5 controller, Diablo 3 on the Switch, the Xbox showcase is coming up on, I want to say, Thursday, and which console to buy, and then the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remake. So I want to start with that last topic. I remember when I was in college, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles came out, and I mean, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I thought the premise surrounding the game was pretty interesting. So you needed a GameCube, you needed 4 Game Boy Advances, 4 link cables, and then you played the game with you and the other 3 people in the room. And it's been recently confirmed that this remake is going to be online only. I'm not sure who greenlit that decision, but I'm going to have to give it a complete thumbs down. The game was originally intended to be enjoyed with a group of people in the same room. So to not even have that option on the remake doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Moving on. This is actually something that I talked with my cousins about, and it is which console to buy. And I imagine a lot of people are going to be facing this dilemma in the next couple of years if they haven't made their decision already. So when I'm talking about which console to buy, the options are obviously Nintendo Switch, the PS5, or the Xbox Series X. Now, just based on what we know now, a lot of it might just come down to loyalty, or who gets the best exclusives. Now, a lot of people are saying, Sony's going to get the best exclusives, and they might be right. Sony had a lot of great exclusives this console generation: God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, like just dropped yesterday. Last of Us 2. There's a lot. My thing is, those are predominantly single player games, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you are a predominantly single player gamer, then I'm sure the PS5 will do you just fine. So there's that. Xbox's strength, I think, is in these services. I love Game Pass. I love the backwards compatibility. Even if it's just, when I'm talking to my son about, such and such game that I used to play back in the day, instead of pulling up a YouTube video of gameplay, I can just be like, hey, here it is, check it out, etc., etc. And then, of course, they're always a wild card. You never really know what they're going to do, but there is some predictability in that. You're going to get a Zelda, you're going to get a Mario, you're going to get a Smash, and their games aren't necessarily violent, although I have seen some stuff on the Switch that has made my eyebrows go up. So, yeah, but it's so much more than that. If you are looking to get a console, one of the new ones that's coming out, as hard as it would be to wait, I would say give it some time. A lot of people seem to forget, in between each console generation, there's a period of like 2 or 3 years where everything comes out on the old console and everything comes out on the new console. And you don't really get that true next generation feeling like, man, this can't be done on the last hardware. So, for example, I remember specifically when the Xbox One came out, um, Titanfall came out on it, and it was like 2 weeks earlier than it was going to be on 360. And I guess I had 500 hot ones in my pocket, and I marched up to GameStop, got my brand new Xbox One with the Titanfall digital code. Kind of wish I got a disc, but that's neither here nor there. And I took it home, and I was up and running. But the same game came out on the 360 a couple weeks later. Now, I never played Titanfall on the 360, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's the same game. It just might be a little bit prettier on the Xbox One. And like people seem to forget that it's not until like 2.5, 3 years into the lifespan of the new consoles that we really start pushing the envelope. And then you get into the twilight years where they're coming out with stuff that you didn't even think was possible. I mean, and it happens every generation. As far as these new ones go, there's still a lot that we don't know. We don't even know how much they're going to cost. We don't know what kind of exclusives they're going to be. xCloud is coming. We don't know. I mean, that could be a game changer. That could be a game changer. Because, you know, if you could play Halo Infinite on your phone with a controller, I mean, I don't know. It could be a game changer. Because it was a game changer for Nintendo when they were able to take the same games that you play, like the same Mario Kart that you play on your TV, you can now take that on the run, on the go, and it's the same, like it looks the same, it plays the same, not some gimped version. Like that was the game changer. And, you know, I take my Switch out of the dock all the time. My daughter likes to play Kirby Star Allies. And, you know, I'll just set her down on the couch next to me while I'm playing, you know, something on the big TV. Works beautifully. So there's a lot that we don't know yet, but it's probably a topic that I will revisit in the future. I think I said also the PS5 controller. So the guy that hosts the Video Game Awards every year, his name is Jeff Keighley. He did a presentation. I guess they sent him a PS5 early, and he was toying around with it, you know, with all the new features. The PS5 is going to come pre-installed with this software that gets you used to the controller, kind of like Wii Sports was for the Nintendo Wii. And, you know, like, I watched it. You know, Sony's not fooling anybody. One of the new things that they're talking about is haptic feedback, which sounds eerily similar to HD Rumble. But, I mean, I haven't got my hands on it or anything, and I'm sure it's a great feature. But with all these new features, you know, they're only as good as the implementation, like the like the gamepad for the Wii U. I love how it was used in Pikmin 3. And on my Twitter, I'm pretty sure I have a tweet that says how innovative that was to actually use the second screen, and that you could only have this kind of experience on a Nintendo system. So, will the PS5 Dualsense controller be a game changer? I don't know. My aim is to have all the consoles, because I got to play everything. but I will probably get the Xbox first. And the reason why is because, like, when you buy a console these days, you're not just buying the console and the media that you play on it. It's like it's a whole ecosystem. You know, you have your online friends, which I know more people on my Xbox friends list than my PlayStation friends list. I've had it longer, and so I've amassed a huge library. I think it's up to like 200 something games that are on my Xbox and external hard drive, just from games with gold and freebies over the years. And so I mean, I'm excited for both consoles, but if I had to pick one to get first right now, I'm on Team Xbox, which brings me to the next topic, the Xbox showcase that's supposed to be happening on Thursday. So I just have like two predictions. One is Perfect Dark. They really messed up the Perfect Dark Zero that came out. I remember playing it. I got it when I got my 360, and I went from playing Perfect Dark Zero to playing Geometry Wars because it was that bad. But Perfect Dark, the one on 64, and subsequently the one that's on Xbox, that version. I mean, it's a great game. Uh, it's the sequel to GoldenEye 007. And I remember in high school, man, and first couple years of college, like we went in. Uh, Another thing that I really, really, really hope to see is just some new intellectual properties from Xbox. They've been buying up all these studios, and I just want to see them bear fruit. You know, they came out with Bleeding Edge, kind of fell flat. And I really tried to give it a chance, but it really didn't hold a candle to Overwatch, which is like my reigning MVP game this console generation. So I'm going to end this video with Diablo 3 for the Switch. Um, I had Diablo 3. I've bought this game so many times. I had it on the PS3, I think. And then I had it on Xbox One. And when they announced it for the Switch, I was like, yeah, this is the one. I'm going to play this one. And I remember, don't trade your games in, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do it. It's a scam. I remember I traded in Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I traded in Mario Tennis Aces. And I still wish I had both of those games. I mean, I'll get them at some point. But I said, let me sit down and actually play this game. And it's kind of gory, but I like it. I mean, it's got a pretty flawless loop. Diablo's been around forever. This is the third iteration. I want to say they're working on the fourth one. But you just, you run around and you get loot, stronger weapons, you level up, you learn more abilities. And so my character is getting stronger, and this one has like Legend of Zelda content in it. If you can't see my boy Link back there, shout out to my man Obi. I still have it from college. It's one of the best gifts I've ever received. But yeah, this one has Zelda content in it. But actually, it's Ganondorf. And there's some Overwatch content in there too, because it's made by Blizzard. But yeah, so I've been playing that. Still playing Fire Emblem. Still playing Overwatch. Still playing Curse of the Moon. There's this one part I'm stuck, but I'll get it. So I guess that wraps up the video for this week. Uh, Once again, Blue Pharaoh signing out. See you next time. Adios.